Welcome to the new edition of the Bare Bones Podcast. We got the special edition this week. We got the whole Danger Wank crew. Feel free to say hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Right, so there's obviously...
I'm wearing a suit.
Yeah, stop fucking up the levels for leaning in too far. But there's going to be some people listening who definitely don't know who we are. So, just so everybody knows who's who, we've got lead guitar player David Walker.
Thank God. I thought he was going to do a little round
just just so everyone knows.
No, but I don't like that. It's like, when you go to group therapy and stuff.
It's just so everyone can
tell us a bit about yourself.
Link the voice to the name. So,
I'm the guy with the Irish accent.
Okay, then we've got lead vocal man Gav.
I'm Gav. How's it going? Happening.
We've got...
What, that was really high pitched. Putting on a fake voice.
Shut up, you fucking
Hang on.
Fucking wrecking it already.
We haven't even...
Nah, fuck it. We're doing this.
We haven't even got around. Okay, we've got the new latest addition, Mr. Alan Beaton.
You got nod. Thanks for having me.
And then we've got the drum shredder, Martin Roy Guy.
Hello.
Okay. Well, that was the worst intro ever. So,
Shredder.
Danger Wank. It's been a good couple of years.
It's been alright,
It's been a great couple of years.
How many years? How long has it been now?
It's coming on.
We're coming up in 4, I think.
Is it 4?
Yeah, because it'll be 4 because we've done 3 King beats and missed one. So
right, yeah.
And then we're playing the next one. So
song a year. It's good going.
So who remembers where the name Danger Wank came from? Because people always ask, and I, as far as I remember, it was Little Dan.
It was Little Dan.
Who's Little Dan?
Little Dan's the first bassist.
It was before my time. The name was before my time.
We'll get on to the bass players later.
I'll tell you how I joined the band after he's explained the name.
Before my time,
yeah, we'll tell how the name came up with, and then we'll say how the band started, I reckon. But yeah, so Little Dan, I set up a group chat between myself, Crumpy, and Little Dan. Started off with the 3 of us, and we were jamming at Crumpy's at his garage
with maybe the worst amps of all time. 10
quite
watt.
possibly. And none of us knew the same songs. But no, I messaged to say I was going to be 15 minutes late because I was finishing my tea. And Little Dan messaged to say, I'm going to be 15 minutes late because I'm having a wank. And then the name of the group chat got changed to Danger Wank. And it just stuck for the band.
Yeah, and I still to this day think it's responsible for a large portion of our success.
Absolutely.
98%.
I always remember Davies. I love telling people it's called Danger Wank. What?
That was the only reason I wanted to join the band. I was like, that's it. Absolutely. I've been in, through school now, you're through so many bands. I know you have. And then every time, man, it's like the hardest bit. I would spend days, hours just going through, writing down names. Like,
yeah.
How does that look? How does that sound? Saying it to people, trying not to be embarrassed, telling people the name. And it's like, if you weren't embarrassed.
That's the one.
Finally, I found a name I wasn't embarrassed.
Scandalous name of the planet.
I'm working at this hotel at the moment, and last week I've come into the reception, and the idea behind the reception's like, I've just been hearing about wanky something, and I was like, Danger Wank. She's like, yeah, that's the one. So we've hit the over 50s market.
Well, I was actually doing.
Is that not the demographic we were going for?
Yeah, that's I was doing a job not long ago as well, and I think it was Liam was telling he done a bit of work for this person as well, and they're an older couple, and both of them on separate occasions are like, what's the name of your band, mate? And the chick, she's like, I was like, I just like, yeah, that's Danger Wank. She's like, I was wondering if you'd tell me that with a straight face. Like, you love
That's
it.
funny. Actually, that was when your parents came over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were going around town, and they went into Voodoo, and my cousin's working in Voodoo. And she didn't want to say the name because she's saying, oh yeah, my cousin's in a band with your son. And they're like, oh yeah, which one is that? You know, I don't know, they were probably pretending, but...
Well, I was in Eddie Leatherhead then, probably too, was I, maybe?
That's right, yeah.
Remember when we played in World Bar earlier in the year? And they were like, what band's playing? And they would tell people what the name of the band was as well.
The question mark.
Yeah, but that was it. She was embarrassed to say like the name to your mother. She's like, I just couldn't say it. She goes, oh, you know, they're really loud. Oh man, that's my favourite part. It's better than playing gigs, like.
Well, going back to what you were saying before, because I think this is your first band, is it?
You're just
Alan?
pointing.
First ever, yeah, absolutely.
So Alan's first band.
Time performing live ever, really, was the World Bar gig, yeah.
Right. So
Under
going back
pressure.
to high school, what's the first... How did this come to be? Because I joined a band when I was about 15. We were called Circle of Innocence.
Christian group, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Circle of Innocence to Danger Mike.
I don't know
What will the
where
next
that
10 years
name
bring?
came from because it changed later. The name changed
Fucking
after
hell,
about a year. We started calling ourselves Kano. Like after some
Kano?
Second of Innocence is probably better.
I don't know where that came from, but it was like it was pretty bad. We practiced it most.
What kind of music were you playing?
We were trying to be like, you know, at that time, System of a Down, that sort of
yeah.
like trying to be
That's my
heavy sort of
favourite
stuff, you know.
Band ever.
But we used to practice in our drummer Ollie's dad's plastic
go on,
Yeah, please.
warehouse.
Yeah.
So it's like machinery everywhere, awful sound, no equipment.
That's what your first band's meant to be about, though.
Asking parents to drive you to every practice. Dave's just trying to dish out beers here. He's just fucking up the flow big time. But I think that was the first band I was in.
Oh man, the bands I was at, I was in a few at high school, man, and they all had.
Were you always the singer?
Yeah, I was actually. Yeah,
Did you play as well?
played guitar on a few of them. Yeah,
I'm learning something.
but we had one like, fuck, what was it called again? Shriekle, I think was.
Shriekle.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there was an acid rain in there somewhere as well.
You're not even ready for a beer.
There's a couple I can't remember, but yeah, they were all pretty lame.
Britpop vibe.
Nah, more like grunge, like sort of vibe. Like we were all into Nirvana and stuff at the time, you know, and like Silverchair and all that sort of stuff.
My first ever band. I was the singer.
No way.
Yeah, I must have been about 9 years old, and I
9?
Yeah, I played my first gig. I got given a T-shirt as payment for my first gig that had my first band on it, No Pulse. And I was the singer, and the guitarist's brother was the drummer, but he was a little bit older than us. And I'm from a little island. I don't know if anyone knows that, but I'm from Niles of Scilly. There's no college there. So he had to leave to go to college, and then everyone was like, well, we need a drummer. So I was like, I'll give it a go. So I did both. I sang and played drums.
Oh, really?
That was how I started drumming, pretty much.
What kind of music was it? This is...
Mainly, we started off playing covers of like Green Day and The Offspring and stuff like that. And then we started writing our own songs. We had a song called Psycho Granny, which was about playing knock and run on a granny and her coming out with a shotgun and trying to kill you.
Good island woman.
We had a song about James Bond. Cool. And a song about Homer Simpson. Some classics.
This sounds
just
great.
on that granny thing. I need to just get off the track for a second here, but there was another band in our school, right? And then they were kind of punky new metal kind of thing, but they had a song called, but they'd never tell anyone in school. It was GFO, it was just initials, and it's like you never knew, and you're always asking them, what the fuck is it, you know? Finally, like when we're just about to leave school, they're like, Granny's first orgasm. I was like, that's all right.
What was your first band?
It was actually called Draconia.
Draconia.
We spent months going through the name. This is it, man. I have like nightmares about trying to think of band names. That's why I love coming into a band where the name is just there.
What's
It's
Draconia?
relation to a law. A harsh or severe law is a draconian law.
Right.
And we just went with the harsh severe bit of it, fucked the low bit off, and that's what we went for. We're Draconia.
Right, okay, yeah.
Terrible, absolutely terrible name. But actually, really good drummer. We had a good band, pretty much playing heavy metal exclusively, and we just jam every single week. It was never, there was no gigs like in our mind. It was always just jam, and that was it. But it was great. I loved it.
I was quite lucky that my older brother, he led the way, He was the drummer. He got the drum kit in the house, which then I learnt on. He was in a band. Don't know. I used to just sort of follow. Yeah. I was like, oh, right, okay, then you do that. Got it, right, And
that's good, though.
We had quite a good music scene.
But you would have a bit of, competition, wouldn't you? Like, healthy...
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
You'd be able to, I can do what he can do.
Yeah.
Just to get to that level, like...
Yeah.
That's a great incentive, isn't it?
But even like this, how much time did you have between bands? Was Eddie Leatherhead the first band you'd been in for a while since you?
Oh
left?
yeah, years.
Yeah, because I remember meeting you at a job in ABL, an ABL job, and we talked about starting a band. Well, that's when the seed was planted, really. And then you went for the auditions with Eddie Leatherhead. Yeah,
I had been in Queenstown for about, I don't know, maybe almost a year, and at that time, I didn't even really play guitar properly. I thought myself as a drummer.
Yeah.
And I'd been in Australia for 2 years, and then I went home and just played drums every day, and then I come to New Zealand, no drums.
Had you drum kit in Australia?
No. So I didn't play at all when I was there. And then when I went back to England, played loads, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how much I love this. So after I'd been here a while, I put an ad in Lakes Weekly saying, does anyone have a drum kit that they're willing to let me play once a week for a box of beers or something? And then Emmett put an ad out saying, band looking for drummer, drum kit already, they already had all the gear. So I turned up, and then sure enough, we were both builders, and I don't know, man, that was it. Did the audition, got the part, and then that was that.
Did anyone else audition for it?
I think some Brazilian lad auditioned, yeah, but he was a bit more
Sepultura
percussive, yeah. He wasn't the vibe.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations!
I was gutted when that happened, because I was looking. That was when the seed was planted for me, you, and little Dan to start something.
Yeah,
and then it wasn't until a few years later that actually.
Well, that was
you
it.
Sent me a text.
I got a bit bored of
cover out that lighter, Gav.
Being at the back.
Yeah, speckled that doobie there.
So I decided I wanted to do I wanted to be in a better, not a better band, but a different. Because Eddie Leatherhead was sort of Emmett's project. We used to write together, but that was his thing. And it's very hard to get gigs around here doing original stuff. So I thought, I'm just going to do a covers band. I basically wanted to form Silkworm. Your other band.
Yeah.
That was pretty much where I was going with it. I was thinking
What, the same set?
Almost. In my head I was
that was the kind of music
Alkaline
you wanted to
Trio.
But you wanted to play drums?
No, I wanted to play guitar.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say that?
Marty would have left.
No, I would have played drums.
Well, I think
you could have played bass.
Me and little Dan sort of overrode it.
Well, when we sort of started jamming and we started doing sort of Oasis stuff and whatever, and then little Dan was quite keen on that.
Yeah.
I don't know, the band just sort of went down that
direction
thing, and it's just.
But I think the way it started as well. Remember, we all went to watch that the Liam Gallagher thing. That was a Supersonic Oasis documentary, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's when we all went and watched it. And everybody was buzzing when they came out. And we went to Zephyr and fuck it, lads, we're starting this fucking band. Let's get it done. So then that's when the three of us decided to jam at your garage that time.
Oh man.
And then none of us could play the same songs. I couldn't play guitar and sing at the same time. So
that was it. You were originally going to be our second guitar player.
That's right, yeah.
And then you obviously couldn't do the two. And then I was like, I remember we had played when you were in the Plebs, and I was like, I know this guitar guy Dave, but
unbelievable guitar.
Well, I kind of was like
guitar god.
Yeah,
I actually asked Dave to jam with me once.
Yeah, this
previously.
Is the best. This is what I wanted to say.
I actually didn't know Dave was in the Plebs, but I went and recorded a song for the Plebs for when Hugh was organising your recording.
Yeah.
And they never paid me, by the way.
But when the Plebs broke up, I ended up on a camping trip with Dave.
New Year's Eve, man.
Yeah.
We went to Milford.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, mate, if you want to jam sometime, he's like, yeah, whatever, mate.
No, honestly, it's like that. You know, like there's people all the time that want to jam, and it's like, you're just like, I feel a band is like a relationship, and it's like, once it ends, you've put a lot of effort to get to a certain point, and then it ends, and you're like, I gotta start again now. All right, song 1, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, you know that song? Yeah, I know that song. All right, let's go through that. Let's learn. All right. Oh, yeah, we'll change this. Okay, now we got 1 song. Let's do 2 songs. People, man, a lot of people are shit, and a lot of people want to jam, and that's great, and you know, you get the juices flowing, whatever. I was out of that, just out of a heavy relationship, you know? I didn't want to deal with it. And then Gav's like, met Gav, and he's like, yeah, man, I play guitar, write songs, everything. I'm like, oh, dear, yeah, sweet, man. I'll see you next week. I was like, and no intention, absolutely zero intention. It happens so often, and you just feel if people are genuine, they will push it a bit more. So if you just say, yeah, just
I didn't think you would be into it, but you were. And then you came to practice, and I remember then I was like, I knew Martin kind of from like around. So I was
around.
I'll just like send him a message. I know he's in like a million bands, so I thought maybe. And then you were like, yeah, I'm keen.
From around my house.
Seen you through the window.
Crumpy was seeing my housemate, if I remember rightly.
Kind of knew you.
I was in the bathroom, I was at the kitchen sink.
Yeah, he kept following me around.
My main memory of meeting you was in Vinyl. There was like a jam night on, and there was 2 drum kits. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we were both playing the drums at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that was someone's birthday.
It was my birthday.
Oh, your birthday.
I organised that, yeah. So then I was like, right, let's give Martin a message. See, will he do it? And you were like, yeah, I'll do it. And then we all turned up at my house and we played Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, well, no, the first song we all learned together, the 4 of us, without Martin being there, was I Want to Be Adored.
Yeah.
But the first one we played together was Martin, because Brendan was sitting having his dinner at the table, and he's like, fucking class, lads. That was the wrong accent, but I mean,
Jordan Brendan.
Bleep that
out. Not my forte accents, but he fucking loved it. But he was a big part of the Angel Wank as well. He was the one, because that first practice that we had, when it was just me, you, and little Dan, he was, even though we were as rubbish as we were, he was like, well, if you get something together, well, I'll give you a gig at King Beats. And that was like 6 months prior to the gig. So it gave us something to like target towards. And
do you feel like you always wanted to be in a band?
Fuck yeah. I love it, man. Like it's sort of like escapism for me.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's like, oh, you should think you're fucking rock stars now. You're just a fucking pub band, but it's like, I know I'm not a rock star, but it's not just that. You're doing something you enjoy. Obviously, if you could make some money or make a career out of it, then it would be amazing.
Well, I used to go to a lot of festivals, like with my parents, all different types of festivals.
Cool.
But do you know, like, used to see the bands.
Dave's been away for 10 minutes and just comes back with that.
You're such a dickhead.
Open 3 beers,
I'm sorry, man. I was trying not to say it. I was like,
he's had 2 beers and he just thinks he's cool. All right, Dave. What was the first festival you went to?
With your parents.
When I was old enough to go on my own, I went on my own. Let's put that out there.
Sorry, Crumpy, carry on the story. Shut up, Dave.
I shan't.
But no, I just used to see the bands and just be like, wow, that's really, like, I want to do that sort of thing, you know? Because when you're...
especially your brother was already playing and stuff, so you were...
Kind of, but you know when you're, like, younger and you go to a festival and it's, like, the vibe and it's so loud.
I don't think I went to, like, till I was, like, 14, 15 probably.
Right.
Festival, so I was old enough I already was going down before I even went to a festival. Like,
where was it?
Oxygen, 2000 and fuck knows, 6, and I remember Goldie Look and Change. Remember them?
Yeah.
They were the first band. So it was like the first day of the festival, 12 o'clock.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you one song, but I remember like walking down into the arena, and they were up on stage, and there was like 12 bands up there, and I was just like, whoa, like this is what a festival is. This is crazy, but it was just dirt. Like Ireland is, dirty. I suppose it's the same like England, but the festivals
I'm not
are
much
full of shit. Yeah, I know, but yeah,
Just
whatever.
pure looking at me when you said that.
Sorry, I do apologise for that. Just dirty, like people just, it was a dirty experience, but it was still great. I was
That's
like,
part of it,
whoa.
though.
Do you know what? I think the
it's
Black
definitely-
Keys, man, were playing that year, and they were one of the first bands on stage, and everyone's rolling around in the mud, and I was like, this is fucking cool. But they were way more bluesy back then. They were playing like real slow, and it was just the two of them on. It didn't have that whole huge feel, or they weren't doing that. It was just the two of them jamming out, and I was like, whoa, this is what a festival, like it totally different.
I don't know, man. I think when you get older, festivals get so messy. People get so mashed up. It's like...
Yeah.
Love it.
It's different. It's different though, isn't it? What age are you?
Yeah,
Like, you want to be
well,
in the mosh pit right at the front
Yeah.
at the start. You want to be in there getting smashed around. Later, you want to actually appreciate the show that these professionals have put together probably,
Yeah.
to portray to you, to put their songs in order
Yeah.
of a sequence to put on a show.
Tells
And you're
the-
like... So I remember sitting back, man. I remember lying back. Oh, I'd probably be fucked anyway. Just watching the Foo Fighters, and he's wearing this Kiss shirt, and he's just up on stage, and Dave Grohl, man, he's just cool as fuck, always just cool as fuck, and he's just chatting away, and James Brown was going in the other tent, man, right beside me, and I was like, it was just like a year before he died or something.
I seen
And I
James
was
Brown
like,
at Tea in the
fuck.
Park the same weekend.
It must have been, because it was generally the same lineup.
Yeah.
And I remember lying down, man, and I was taking in this, and like, Dave Grohl was just being cool. I think Snoop Dogg had just been on before that, where he brought his dad out, man, and everything. It was crazy. And James Brown's just going off, so I went in to see what all the noise, because it's like, it went crazy in there. And you're hearing all the horns and everything, so I went in, but I was right at the back. Didn't get to see it properly, but I kind of wish now I'd put a bit more time into it. But fuck, it's some collection of artists they used to put up, like...
Yeah. But I remember going to festivals, and that was always the thing with me, man. I wanted to go see this band at this time, this band at this time. And everyone's just so mangled.
But that
I'm
was
like,
the other side of
I was
it.
like, would you just get up?
Yeah.
We're going to miss the thing.
See,
Mate, I
well,
remember
it's different for
at
him.
Tea in the Park one year, and Rage Against the Machine were playing, right? Now, how many times have you ever got, the Foo Fighters used to tour all the time, the Prodigy used to tour all the time. Seen them multiple times, you know what I mean?
There's so much politics, you wouldn't see them too often.
Like, Rage Against the Machine are playing 2008, and all my mates are like, we're just going to go to the Slam tent, see Richie Houghton. I was like, fuck that, man.
Yeah,
no fucking
way,
way,
man.
man. It's like Rage Against the Machine. What the fuck are you playing at? So I just went myself and fucking, yeah. And, Tea in the Park, same as Oxygen. Yeah, it's like,
I think they played in Oxygen that year. We went, and it was like beautiful weather that weekend, man. We started drinking early, passed out, man. Woke up, Rager on the stage, and I'm like in the middle of the field, and I was like, fuck.
It was mental.
I was like raging against the machine. I was like, I can't believe it. I've like fucking passed out for fucking how many hours. And you're just trying to run down and join in. Everyone else is gone. No, your phone's dead. You don't know where anyone is. Ruins the whole... That was the one thing of the weekend you wanted to see.
oh no, I was there, man. Like, the whole crew I was with, they're all like into their dance music and stuff anyway, but it's like Richie Houghton plays in the UK all the time, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not that big a deal. He fucking plays Tea in the Park every fucking year near enough, you know?
Man,
And it's like,
missed festivals, Seen some
Yeah.
mad
Now
stuff
when you talk
at
about it,
festivals. You just look across and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
man, I don't think there'll ever be any festival as mad as fucking Woodstock 99, mate. Limp Bizkit.
They're bringing out a doc.
Oh, they're doing a doc on
That
Netflix.
is some crazy shit,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
No, fuck no. But like, I wish I was. But like, there's it's a
System
bit
went out later that, did they? I think.
The advert said, "Hold on to your red cap."
Yeah.
The documentary about Woodstock '99 is coming out.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
Anyway.
We created a wee bit of mosh pit ourselves at King Beach one year, didn't we?
King Beach, anyway, that's the main festival. That's the only festival we got to worry about now.
We're on the couch talking about it.
We've had
Yeah, we've
had a few of them.
I remember that. I think that was the second year we played, wasn't it? And there was no one there, and we played 2 songs, and then it filled up a wee bit, and then this fucking tornado mosh pit just started out of nowhere, man.
Old mate fucking broke his elbow.
That's right.
Tom Aspen,
Number 1 fan.
Yeah.
It was like twice the size it should be for about a year on it.
Yeah.
It was fucking nuts, that.
He hasn't missed a gig yet, I don't think.
Nah, he's leaving town actually soon. But thanks for being there, Tom.
Yeah.
Free T-shirt in the mail.
We've had some pretty good
stories, like, but that's it. Like, everyone talks about, like, oh, you're gonna be in a band, you're gonna be famous, you're gonna do all these things, but
you just end up with Figo at the front.
Humping a speaker.
Naked.
Must have misheard Gav when he said "fuck the system" because he's trying to hump. He's like just humping the speaker for about 45 minutes.
Solid,
stopping, man.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Good rhythm, like good. He was keeping rhythm.
But going back to that, then when you say like, "Oh, I'm going to be a rock star, I'm going to be famous," and that.
But it's
what's the coolest thing that's ever happened to you through being...
Coolest thing that nearly happened, we nearly got a helicopter ride.
Yeah,
yeah, let's talk about that.
Fuck over the top.
I think it's still too soon. It's too soon. I can't. It's an open wound.
No, there have been some cool moments at gigs, even though they're only small.
But those little things become like,
How many bands say though, I wish I could go back to clubs and just, play to the little audiences, whether everyone's going fucking nuts right in front of you. That's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even when you have those gigs though, I feel like downplaying it just to like not like let myself get excited with it. I'm like, oh yeah, it was a good gig, like, but like people are fucking breaking their elbows, fucking. it's what everyone wanted, We nearly got in a helicopter. If we had got it that year, it would have been like, how many people have travelled the world to the other side of the world, played in bands, got a helicopter into a gig.
Certainly not us.
Almost, but like even the biggest bands probably like not many of them have flown into gigs, like you're like. And then eventually
Brandy, if you're listening.
We played Jerry's
Over
wedding.
the Top, if you're listening.
Oh, Jerry's wedding.
2 songs at Jerry's wedding.
2 songs
got
shut down. We've got shut down a bit actually.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Too loud. 1876.
Yeah.
Shut down.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Pig and Whistle. Shut down.
Yeah.
Potential court case.
National news. I'll have you know.
Fuck yeah, we got in the national.
We were in Stuff. We were on Radio Haraki.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was actually reading that the other day because I was showing it to a couple of those boys in that band that we went to see. Oh yeah, I was like, I'm a fucking rebel, mate. Call yourself rock and roll. I shut down a fucking pub, mate.
Mate, you were nearly crying when that sergeant pulled you over. And he's like, he goes, one of you are going in the. Oh no, he pulled you aside to the bar and he was having a chat, and then you came back. You go, boys. He said he's gonna. He said obviously
with a tear in your eye.
This is gospel. What happened? You were like, boys. He said, I'm going in. If no one owns up to it, I'm fucking nicked. That's what you said, man.
That's what
and you nearly you were. They had dribble coming out.
You fucking.
Crumpy's getting done for drunk disorder.
Nah, he fucking did. He says to me, "You're the guy with the microphone. If no one admits it, I'm fucking blaming you."
Well, actually, I don't know because you got probably a bit.
So you come back crying.
What actually happened was he eyed up me. Remember, and he pulled me over.
Let's rewind. Let's tell the people, listeners all over the world.
Okay.
Well, we're not confessing anything here.
Hey, we're completely innocent. Nothing happened. But let's just say the situation that occurred.
We were playing a gig.
A guy get fucking kicked out for being drunk.
It was pretty. It was Winterfest. It was busy. Some guy got pulled outside by the police for being too drunk, and that shut the gig down. Then the cops came in.
Possibly excessive force was used.
But then they said...
Yeah, definitely.
They said that the crowd was chanting, "Fuck the police."
Yeah.
Started by us, which is like...
bullshit, man.
Didn't happen. So the pub was empty. We were packing away. Old Sergeant... Silly bollocks, fucking
Sergeant Fuckhead, we'll call him.
Pulled me to the side and was basically like,
I'd laugh if you listened to this. How brilliant would that be?
well, good, because like he says to
he's
me,
dead now.
look, this could be potential inciting of a riot.
Yeah.
We're trying to do our job.
Blink-182 apparently that started that law here in New Zealand.